camera on? Yeah, this is Barry Blue from the Gunshot Crew. Coming true directly for you. Just watch the show, boy. You know, say it's gonna be rough.
Come in it,
If we all started getting along in this thing and we had the balls to be happy rather than so angry, I think we'd see a sunny day in hip-hop, believe me. Until then, we're going to have beer, rain and war.
Hide my identity as I roam London City. Hide my identity as I roam London City.
They expect you to be, you know, have some kind of thug mentality, talk to them in a language they can't understand, you know what I mean, not be able to sit down and understand the concepts of business. That's what they expect.
Give it up. The winner is DJ 279, Mr. Steve Phillips from Choice FM.
First of all, to everyone here who loves hip-hop, I'm sorry I'm dressed in a suit. I should really have my trainers on, but they wouldn't let me in, you know what I mean, so I had to dress up. I'm surprised to be standing up here, man. Big up to the Dream Team, because you're brilliant. Big up to Trevor Nelson, because you're also brilliant. A very big pioneer.
And that's all through bias, you know what I mean, from what they hear on the records or the kind of images that some programs put out when they talk about hip-hop. Oh, it's violent. Oh, they just talk about shooting each other. And yeah, there are songs like that. But, you know, most of the songs that get made are people's realities.
I wasn't brought up in no projects with big gunfights. Lived in a council estate where man brandished knives. Fish and chips and grifter bikes and wore bastards on my foot. My mum couldn't afford the good stuff, so I became a crook. Now as a teenager, London boroughs turned septic. I dabbled in a tackle wash drops, became addicted. Now you will never think that it's your wallet I lifted. I use my given talents, how I will become gifted. I rise to the occasion if the situation deems it. Manipulate your ass, if there's money then I cream it. I mean it, this ain't no fairy tale that we're living. We're living in under a rag, why the fuck are you living?
That's as much as you're going to ring at this old flannel. Yeah, so sorry to be so straight and interviewed type thing. Maybe we should have got Rolex.
I'm seeing visions of splendor right here. Yeah. London City's finest. Canterbury's finest. Westgate, Jeddah.
It's all about walking in the sky for me, because walking in the sky, that's walking above all the mayhem, everything that's out here. People, you know, all the nonsense, everyone's saying that you won't be able to do it. The amount of people I've had, like old British hip-hoppers in this country, who have said to me that you're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to, you know, sell loads of records or be any sort of success, really. You'll sell a couple of things and go the same as everyone else. But you can't listen to that, and that's why I'm here, because I won't listen to that. I refuse it. I walk above all of that and just do my thing, because I have personal belief in music, that music can break so many barriers.
Every time simultaneously for infinity, we never stop. Just rock. MCs wanna come out here when I cut, but they all biters. My freestyle takes out your TIE fighters. I'll be coming through Jedi Knight in the saber. Who won the savior? Ask Vader. He'll take you down back to the days when fucking Jodo Pass used to take out all these fucking bad Jedis. But now I come out the skin eyes and blow you away. Back to the day when Jody Elephant used to play. But I keep it locked down for life, because MCs out here don't know my strife. LP rock the track forever. Cloud stepper in whatever weather. I break it down like never. You can't even step to it, what? Because we blow up your spot and keep this whole shit hot.
It wasn't really a case of just getting into hip hop. It was a case of just getting into music. You know what I mean? Around, you know, way back. You know, it's all based around the sound system culture. You know, as a young kid, you know, I was just fascinated with sounds. You know, all the local sounds like Small Axe and Cox, and you know, it's just, you know, it's rooted in reggae, but somehow I've been pigeonholed into the small hip-hop thing.
That works out, Ace. Yeah. Original South London trooper. Black Twine, live from the Big Smoke.
Initially, I used to be into reggae, and I still am into reggae really like solidly in that. But I actually always wanted to imitate like all the reggae dancehall DJs, you know what I mean? At the time, you had your Yellow Mans and your Ecomas, Fathead, Asher Senator, Smiley Culture, Sweetie, you know what I mean? All these people, basically, I was into all them kind of artists, but I wasn't really that good at like reggae and stuff, so I properly concentrated on just writing rhymes and everything, and I was imitating Rakim and everybody that I mentioned earlier on. Anybody that came up, basically, I had my rhyme that was just full of them. I started off by just listening to their music and just playing it back over and over again, reciting, like writing down the whole of Microphone Fiend lyrics and then reciting it back to myself, you know what I mean, just trying to get the whole format. And then I started writing my own rhymes, and eventually
no need to ask if I can kick it, cause I'm an arse kicker. With shit loads of flip mode to raw arse figure. Drunk of hard liquor till I'm Irie arse tipper. Ready to kick 'em quicker than strippers, bras and niggas. Heads raise your fists up, yes, get your kit off. Remember silent eclipse? Government, piss off. International jiu-jitsu with my Brit troops. Anarchy in the UK rotten like Sex Pistols. Blowing whistles on dodgy officials. Come with your big issue, get gone like Phil Mitchell. Pow! Feel the matic, free up the air traffic or we hijack. I shake off, come with it, fans invade bitches. Fog the black wave, your banners away bitches. Today's fixes, you know the score, win, lose or draw. You don't know the black twang is back off tour.
Sorry, I've been distracted by football.
It's a funny old game, it makes you ball like Gaza.
What makes British rap different to American rap?
Yeah.
I think that if you're gonna be honest, right, when you make music and you're gonna like try to make music that represents you, then your music is gonna be different because, you know, people ain't the same. And the fact that we're English and how we were brought up and how our background is different.
Enough things are going here in the just land. Yeah. When you big it up in New York.
Sure, bloody, cause it's like them and know say rough neck there England.
Yeah, joke, after you play back land there. For real, you just tell them a little something. What you tell them?
I tell them about the slimmies.
What slimmies?
The ones in electrics and I see them.
Yep.
Cause when I see them I did a rap.
What? You mean you didn't store?
You know that? I dip, but weren't about to dive through on problem.
I believe ya. Now watch the heat, we bring fever.
Remember appetite?
I used to mac and stop fever with the backing and more pop than the Magic Dragon.
Why the spliff look large?
Because we put the whole bag in.
I remember there was a slag in my old days of blagging. Enough man to get, but we don't ban a check.
So we skip, find some honey dips and we walk back the night spots. Cause that shit dropping 86.
That if we're reflecting that in the music, it's gonna be different. Those will be the differences. Those will be the things that, you know, make us sound different for your man who's come up in Brooklyn in the projects and rare. Life's different for mine. For me, and now my background is West Indian, grew up in London, my flex is different. Well, and if I'm representing that, it's automatically going to be different from what next man's doing. I ain't really too much man try to be different. I don't really try to be different. I just do my thing, yeah. And that should be good enough, if I'm being honest.
The way we rap and so on is British totally, and other rappers will be able to look at us and say, well look, them man are bad, they get enough respect. we could sound British and get the same amount of respect. We can be, they can inspire themselves off us rather than your Wu-Tang or your whoever, you know what I mean? They should inspire themselves off us because we got a lot of inspiration in ourselves and it flows out of us. And when we do shows, people know that and they can see that. It's just they're so backbitey and stuck up that no one wants to admit it to themselves that they're inspired by us, and they want to just pretend that I don't know what they really think, to tell the truth. But we have got a lot to offer this whole scene. I think we've got a lot of love to offer, we've got a lot of style to offer, and what we've already offered, we got a lot more to offer.
Damn, I get the original stitch up. Is that your little muggle?
It's all about the pounds.
Fuck the dollars.
It's all about the pounds.
Fuck the dollars.
The dollars. All about the pounds, fuck the dollars. The dollars. All about the pounds, fuck the dollars. The dollars. All about the pounds, fuck the dollars. The dollars.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a spy hunting rap dinosaur from the future. Be aware of my data. Multiple MC annihilator. Invaders get vaporized by a laser cut rapper. Major size fort trader raiding your manor with all types of logical obstacles. Denying all rigmarole with much control over my whip holes. I rhyme on impulse with incredible strategy. The universe works around my energy's gravities. Slowly I grasp it and take the world in my hands. All remains mastered within the works of my plans. I take flight and I'm airborne. I take microphones and give them back worn out. I'm sworn to live by a fallout. A bomberman expert from the blast chambers. A network of terrorist behavior. The third ager who kidnapped hip-hop from his cradle and raised it as a dangerous art of defense. Like a bulletproof painting. You can't kill my picture-proof literature. Rainfall warrior, off the wall freestyler. My head first, death first. Could leave Houdini tied up in my chain. Word reactions, I'm a ditching assassin. People pay me to stay free and take them off the head. I'll leave a microphone for dead.
Lightning, bungee jumps for the storm messiah. Hailstones above and runs. Rainfall mountaineer, blizzard downhill skier. Monsoon mountain biker, typhoon snowboarder. We do it all this year. A new chapter's born. The brothers McBain are the riders of the storm.
The top willing to master their positions. You'll face the McBains and we'll change your conditions. Make sure you see the light. If not, you'll see the end. So keep up with the times, cause it waits for no men. And if time overlaps you, these brothers will trap you. Cause we stay swinging like a cowboy's lasso. You've heard me say the name. From deep waters coming at you to bless you with the new mic order.
Slicing vocals, you can't test, make your face feel wet. Put my name on the trust, I'm a stainless steel edge. Stanley knife slice weight, top 10 tongue flex. Breakneck rap speed, the verbal stampeder. Hexagon head shake, now can you catch my angle? Unicycle turbo, I ride with no handles. A chariot of fire burning through rhyme arenas. Remus Wolfganger, task force hyenas.
It's not about like walking down the hood and like pulling your gat out your pocket and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's about England, it's about the UK, Scotland, Ireland, whatever. It's about something that's ours. And people have really got to get to listen to certain things and just school yourself. I mean, it's not just American hip-hop. There's Japanese hip-hop, there's French hip-hop, German hip-hop, Danish hip-hop, Norwegian hip-hop. It's worldwide.
Dead, tremendo, 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 dead, tremendo, 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 dead, tremendo, tremendo now, dead, tremendo, 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 dead, tremendo, tremendo.
Whenever people start to ask a question, they ask a question purely because they want to answer. And I think that answer has to be provided by us. If we're doing things like this film you're making, or putting it through records, or putting it through interviews in magazines, or going to them places and doing live shows and informing the people there, then that's what it's about. That's just the first stage. Second stage is putting the material there in their face. But material that they cannot refute, it has to be banging. From us doing that, the world is ours, mate. You know what I mean? That's how we're looking on it. Next question.
Do you understand? What? Do you understand? What? Mellow is the brother. Hey, yo, Mellow is the man. Yo, he don't with no other. No way, for fuck's sake.
I'm a man who travel about. We was famous for being in the London posse, but I'm a man who gets about.
Yes, y'all. You're now rocking with the best, y'all. For all the cool inside, all the massive. I want you to watch, y'all. Yeah, for real.
Long time again, out of dance. Long time again, out of dance. We come for nice up your area. We come for nice up your area. Circle out the mouse and not alone. Come for the rhythm till I just stop one. We come for nice up your area. We come for nice up your area.
Yo, I wreck my camp and I want to shot them things and rock them blings. That's how we roll, yo. Big and bowl, you done know. Rhythm killer upon the mic control, and I'm the livest. He's the doggiest. You know my vibe is early 90s, yardie girls and shocking color battle riders. And it's long time we ain't out of town. You heard? Yeah. Long time we ain't out of town. Whoa. We come for nice up your area. Yeah. We come for nice up your area. All the masses, yo. Circle all the masses, not alone. Come for hear the rhythm killer just like one. We come for nice up your area. We come for nice up your area. Yo, we're sick with it and physically fit with it. From you got the bum lick rude boy, then stick with it. Ride the dips with it. Tell them boy that you go on, girls bump their hips with it. Cause this one of the bomb. I want you come go with me, come flow with me. And we stay pissy on JD, not prissy. Born to be free like Kunta and Kizzy. And there's no time for sleep, rude boy, we stay busy. So, get with me, bounce and sweat with me. Man, them on the floor, make bounce and check with me. You got the sense of me, now why you run, come give me. Cause I ain't trying to claim Jiggy, but puff like P. Diddy and yo. Long time we ain't out of dance. Long time we ain't out of dance. We come for nice up your area. We come for nice up your area. All the masses, yeah. Circle all the masses, not alone. Come for getting rhythm, killer just like one. We come for nice up your area. We come for nice up your area. All the crew inside.
That's style for all dancehall specialists. What a night, what a heat.
I'm all over England, and out of town there's some wicked MCs and wicked producers who in a lot of ways are better than man in London because they're further away and they're more starved and they're more hungry, you know. But they don't get no light because there's no industry wherever the fuck they are.
Today, alright, yeah, then just do it. Do some lyrics if you want to do. What, here we are, what, it is me, what, it's my fucking shop, what, oh shit, man. It's like this. Okay, everybody sing along. I don't have a fucking chorus, fuck it. Okay. I was birthed first onto this cursed earth. Mega Bubba Louie back in Taunton. Don't taunt him. It's fucking quaint. Yes, it's quite great. The beat fucking stopped. I couldn't give a shit.
Yes! Listen to this. It's that rap guy who fucks MCs up the backside. I don't care, I just slide to the rear. Off the door, I exit. I'm hectic. The mantis come to collect this. You balance on the decks. Yes, I'm getting reckless like a pearl necklace squirting towards your female's neck. The mantis up next to flex. Yes, indeedy. From the aspects true from South Bristol. Bedrock to be precise, my style sounds nice. I splice the words together, always keep it clever.
It's MC Clubber, pronouns to give the bubber with the dual identity to keep from media discovery. I'm sipping poison peas to keep my venom churning and I'm trying to burn the enemies. Lessons they're not learning. Scorching lyric pads in my backpack. Judge Dredd and porno mags in the pocket of my Mac. Hold back for me a cue. Tape and Bristol fashion because we're handing out some lashings passionately. And with my belly out, my battle styles are unique. Like a rapping concrete boots while dying for a leak. I seem to take the Yankees from Great Britain. They gave my next commission for fantastic supervillain. Aspects of bad, choosing to ignore rap media fad. Objective lyricists for the lasses and the lads. If you headline when we play, you've been had and I'm glad.
Living in Taunton, where me and him come from, which is like originally before we moved up here, you could only get British hip hop, you couldn't get imports because it's so backwards. So like, that's probably how come we went in that direction for me anyway.
Yeah. I had the same thing. I lived in Port Said, so you know it's pretty much the same as Taunton, even though it's a little closer to Bristol. So I didn't really know anyone. The only way I found out was like HHC and shit like that. Yeah. You know, sort of magazines and that.
Being cut off's good though. Was good to develop how we sound because it's like we had our own room to do what we want. We weren't so influenced by outside things. Definitely not influenced at all by American things.
Yeah.
Nah.
There you are.
Anyway, check it. I'm just one of many mouths arousing crowds. Aspirations of fame, they're forsaken like churning shrouds. In clouds of sand, I'm a single grain in fate's hand. Never big-headed unless my final glance expands. A real star dies, leaving a scar in the sky. Will my demise alter original nebula design? I resign my mind to service on an Earth's surface. Here, hip-hop's a circus.
What stuff do I deal with in lyrics? Just pure wordplay, I think, more than anything. I don't think I've actually uttered anything
what is really reflective on what I think about anything, to be quite honest. A lot of stuff I just put in if I think it's either amusing or, you know, clever, or it's like, you know, a good metaphor. That's about it really, but you know, but there was a time when I first started rapping, everything was like, you know, was conscious rap, and trouble is you're like some white twat from, you know, the suburbs, and what are you going to rap about? Like, yeah, the price of hot cross buns have gone up, yeah, I'm going to go out militant style and, you know, like, make a load of hardcore rap about, you know, the state of fucking council drains and that.
Part of talk on vacation. The partner glad to make your acquaintance. Part of talk on vacation. It's an open invitation. Glad to make your acquaintance. Part of talk on vacation.
Hip hop today, it's definitely not a new thing, you know. So to us, it was like a new thing, what we was getting into, and you know, I was getting into it like the same time as a lot of other people were getting into it. So we're just kind of optimistic, and we just knew that we could come with something. The UK got plenty to give, plenty of love. For enough man, it's heavy to live. Ready to run a new episode in this drama. You see, we home alone. Support your own. Man and man watch their soccer and support the team the best. And when they rap, they wear an NBA basketball vest. They want to look the part, they want to look American, but they want to sound English. Do we need to distinguish? No, don't even copy them or ever try to imitate KRS or Gangsters Take Less. See, I take it as we're home alone, because they try to break MCs off like a Toblerone. You say, make way for the USA. We say, no way, because the UK, okay. Yo, do you hear what the kids say? 2 2s, we can all have it our way, because I'm an English individual, and like a pack of worthless, I'm original.
The UK got plenty to give, ready to love, enough man is ready to live, ready to run a new episode in this drama. You see, we home alone, support you.
There was a youth centre around where we used to live, and I went there one evening. There's this guy there used to play in the same football team as me, like quite a good player, Darren. And like I see him rapping. I was like, I couldn't believe it. And like, I think that really kind of triggered it off for me. That same night I went home and did my first ever rap, which was a bit all over the place as it would be for the first, and it just took off from there, you know.
No. It's a sad song. Should be too loud. But there's another day. Should we make it better? Remember the guy that you went wrong. And when we come through, we drop it on
when we first come out, everything was fast and hectic, exciting, you know what I mean? But as you get older, your mind grows, you know what I mean? Things happen to you along the way, which matures your, you know what I mean, your whole way of life. And like, you know, you jot these things down, you concentrate on what you're doing more, you know what I mean? You push harder at what you're doing. That has affected the music as it is today. And like, you know what I mean, it's a different sound of gunshot. It's still hardcore and all that, you know what I mean? But it's more musical. Lyrical content is more like, there's more in the lines basically, you know what I mean? And that's basically what we've grown up to be.
Yeah, freestyle, and it's why. This one I come down murderous, never can ever separate us. On we're talking dangerous, still come by the man comes under us. She come by the man mercy us. CC no come to meet us, and I'm fabulous. Famous, I'm famous, but and again. Don't be rapping on the road, never can ever spend up myself. Never get them one more post and you love it, like in the bottom, don't have to slow down the murderous. Never can ever separate us. On we're talking dangerous, still come by the man comes under us. Watch it.
Lyrical maniac, lyrical. Many people hear it, think it's a miracle. Miracle, musical, maybe get physical.
Go, play, go!
Reaching the pinnacle, moving in circles in region of swingers, rappers, DJs, and even soul singers. Singing, swinging, telephones ringing. As from the solo rap is what I'm bringing. General public, I think you better know this. I guess that it's true. I'm a rap chauvinist on the list. Single, solo, telling all the fools that you want a polo, rolo, or maybe even a biscuit. Tell me something, was it worth you to risk it? To many it's madness, lyrical badness. But for now I think I better confess that I wear the blue, the black, never the yellow. Cool and calm, just an ordinary fellow. Tapping on the tables but I don't play the cello. As an example I go a cappella.
well. You know it well as we tell you, yo.
At a time when hip hop was kind of in the mainstream a lot, the UK scene kept it in the underground. Now, to some people that might be like bad because it's no money being made and, you know, we're kind of fighting a lost cause or something. But for us, it's survival and that's all we know how.
The scratch, the scratch, the scratch, the scratch, the scratch, the scratch.
Man, you know who the best is?
Motherfuckers know who's the best. Know who's the best. Know who's the best. Know who's the best. Who's the best?
We all love it. It's the only important thing, really. We love it. We love battling more than anything. And that's it. You can DJ the biggest club on earth. It's not going to give you the same feeling as going up against the next man in the smallest club on earth. We are just very good.
Here's how it goes. 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 Here's how it goes.
I'm the same as I always was, bit loud, bit kind of wide boy, cocky git.
Motherfuckers know who's the best.
It's a verbal contact sport, you know what I mean? It's about being brash, it's about egos, it's about burial.
Sticking wax, hijacking juice for musical wealth, economical boost. But money ain't the matter, it's a principle that makes us invincible.
To an extent, you understand, and outshining and being the best. That's what every MC, any MC that's ever come up, when you first talk, your talk is to be the best. That's what you do.
I think battling, to me, really consists of freestyle. So if a guy comes trying to battle with some written lyrics, they can't beat it, because I'm going to be cussing them about things they've got with them, you know what I mean? And they can't cuss me about something in a written rhyme because they've never seen me before. Freestyle is really the element of battling. I think what we deal with in competition is we don't really have none, because everybody knows we'll battle anybody.
You got Chester P, and I know he went on stage and Common come over here and he battled Common in freestyle, and they said he give as good as he got. So to me, he's as good as an MC as Common, you know what I mean? He don't make nowhere near the money, he's nowhere near promoted and stuff, you know what I mean? If you're on par with someone else's talent, it should be shown and promoted, but as you can see by UK yourself, they don't do that, man.
Battling's a different arena, man.
Yeah, it is. It's completely different.
Ball game,
we learned to battle before we learned to write and read. So obviously, then people don't know what battling is. You know what I mean? And Americans come here and get battled by us.
Tell them, you have to break it down, Chester. Break it down.
No, I don't want to diss them because you're here to defend yourself. If someone ain't here to defend themselves, I'm not going to talk about them. But at the end of the day, a couple of American men have come here thinking they could intimidate a couple of us, and they couldn't, and they went home embarrassed. I mean, and like, people on the street will know. Someone should have had some common sense, basically, not to fuck with a dirty bastard, yeah?
Every word I say leaves a foul taste like a snap. When I speak, you're in danger like a chicken in a diet camp. I control the light like a diaphragm. Leave a record drawn like a diagram. Pull holes like a fireman. Going up against me's like going up against the tank with a water pistol. Talentless challengers fall with every pen stroke. You have to die first before you learn that my pen chokes. NBA, National Battle Association. We're gun task force.
My heart is hip hop, my heart is rap. That's what I do best. I feel so tearing tonight. Yeah.
I'm out for
for the gusto, rap Fidel Castro, cause a fiasco from Bordeaux to Moscow, the head poncho, style wow like a bronco, verbal crossbow, shoot gift like live ammo, warlord concerto, commander on piano, battle like the Alamo, hit you like a cannonball, rock with bravado, crowd scream bravo, Lord Langman if we go from here to Chicago, supreme regime, me and my team's a dream, extremist thing, dingling like sunbeams, empire on your scene, moving in clandestine, political scheme mean, got my fingers in your cream, lang aristocrat, status diplomat, verbal acrobat, airborne like aerostats.
Facing, I'm on the ground like the basement, X-rated, like I'm Reagan. I got no patience, I just wanna bug and blow up the old world like an Elvis dub. Flows dirty like I use my tub. So don't my marketing team treat my products like drugs, like rugs on the walkover. Watch Mr. Face rip up whatever he talks over. The raw soldier is more bolder with the more than hardcore war folder. Raw flower, invincible. For when I was there topping, rocking, mom's umbilical, entering subliminal, knocking, little fools flipping, little jewels, acting political but original. I was bitten from our right, you know it was written pinnacle. I'm rapping, touching for my clutching. It happens, distinguished, moving up like the Dutch and the English divisions, planning maneuvers with the style of infamous Russian mission troopers.
But I feel rap is a melting pot of other forms of music anyway. That's what hip-hop is. Samples. You sample from other music to make this one genre of music. That is why hip-hop is so universal, if you like. It appeals to so many people from different walks of life.
When we're looking for records, I'd say we're looking for a lot of sounds, some drums especially. Drums is like probably one of the hardest things to find, especially ones that are new and nobody's used before. If you go into my collection, you might find at least like 200 or 300 drum beats. Most of them have been caned now over the years and stuff, and that's the essence of all producers really, is like having original drum breaks. A lot of people will take them off bootlegs or jack them off a hip hop record. And it's all good if they want to do that, but if you want to be the freshest producer with the freshest sounds, that's what you really got to do. I go out digging every day in my life, and that's why a lot of the samples that we're using, nobody's really spotted and things like that. Not no bootlegs, not no breakbeat albums, and our records are selling, man, because they sound good.
Chips are down, nothing is going your way. You've been recording endlessly, sleepless nights aimlessly. Songs wasted cause tapes are gathering dust. Step 1, we're talented. Step 2, who can we trust? The industry that's full of cutthroats, false hopes, money controls, killer of many souls, anything goes. You know the ropes, but if you ain't part of the clique, you ain't part of the plan, so you might as well quit. Studios costing the earth to hire, you feel. You could set the world on fire if you had a deal. But let's be real about this, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. It's all a game and we're all part of the show. What's the role that you play? Can you do it your way? You need a hell of a lot of luck being from the UK. You can say what you wanna say, but remember it's rare that you'll be getting continuous airplay.
We are the unknown.
Now you know the name, unstoppable, clever, artistic. You're about to enter a higher level dimension. We're fantastic.
We are the unknown.
Now you know the name, break the barriers and persist to climb. Many have traveled down the road that you're about to take. Made many mistakes while searching for the perfect break. Years of hardships, ripped jeans, a bearded face. You were there at the wrong time in the wrong place. Maybe next time when you ain't looking desperate, they'll be on you like a rash, yeah, you guessed it. They wanna know your name, where you're from, how long you been an entertainer for, and who wrote the songs. Do you know Danny from Sony, or Mike at Universal, Dawn from RCA? I met her at the dress rehearsal. Name checking could get you recognized further, but in the meantime trying to survive is murder. It's all a game to them, but to us it's life or death. Or maybe they just lack a lot of depth, or maybe they just don't understand.
Also, the way we sequence is the music will be sampled into this onto one keyboard layer. And for every key, it represents like one of the pads on the drum machine. So here we got like the bass line. some other layered sort of synth sounds. And as you heard earlier, the sitar. When you build a beat, it's like most of it is kind of a mental thing, because at the end of the day, you're just like pulling out a stack of records. You know, you put them on the turntable and you're sort of flicking through them monotonously. And if you're not in the mood, if you can't sort of hear something and realise something in your head, sort of over a beat.
You've got to be clear, you've got to be focused.
Around 92, 93, and those times, 94 even, you know, a lot of drum programming from a lot of producers was very intense. You'd have a lot of kick drums, for example, going like that, you know what I'm saying? Whereas like nowadays, it's a lot more broken down. When I'm programming, it might just only be like you know what I'm saying? It's more simpler, so you can follow it, and that's how I've seen music progress. It's not become more complicated.
And the nominations for the best hip hop act is.
So don't try stressing me, and don't try and step up in here, cause that mess don't impress me. Cause when I was all up in your grill, you was like, yo kid, just chill. You're like a circle going round, no beginning, no end.
And the best hip hop act is
Funky
DL.
I just want to say thanks to all the people that have, you know, influenced me in my life and whatnot, and to put together the album Classic Was the Day. And I just want to thank all the people that went out there and supported it and bought it. Thanks a lot.
With a lot of the songs you hear like Puff Daddy doing and a lot of those rap artists there, it's just like simple loops where they've got their melody, they've got their hook, and it's very lazy style. And even for the more underground hip hop, you know, there's not so many horns screeching in the background, and there's not so many bass changes, and you know what I'm saying, it's a lot more broken down. So I think my music has developed with the times, but I still try and keep that kind of jazz feel heavy into what I do, you know what I'm saying?
I'm the only one left in the land of microphonians. My crew show them, rap plutonium, slow them, no fuck up the globe again. No the after the rapper, the rise, the shots, yeah. Slowing them down, I'm towing them down, I'm showing them how. Recreate like blowing them cows, or sheep, those me, those very so deep. Thunder us, ain't one of them under brush, understood us. Through the biodegradable, my flowing range is full. Populism's captured, they set your knowledge for who's testing. Straight jack, the great rap, take me for a single. But we ejaculate into earlobes. Further viruses ejaculate, like a Saddam evacuate. The doctor basically, too late to evacuate. Now I got the vehicles, got the shape.
We've pioneered that mentality, that underdog, you know what I mean, underdog mentality where it's like, boom, it don't matter how you try, we're just gonna keep coming through, biting at your heels and coming up like that.
I couldn't really fucking care less if I was selling multi-million and that. I'd rather just know that I was reaching a certain amount of people.
Meatpacker processes live animals into edible ones. We process dangerous men into harmless ones. This we accomplish by breaking you. Breaking you physically, spiritually. Here. Strange things happen to the head here.
In the distance, a sight resistance. Evil beings strike your heart with persistence. It's basic level meditation. Escaping, lost souls caught in cheap degradation. Enough times it's damaging, but while there's sun, I'll take his strength in the vanishing. Sniffing vinyl dust, I erupt on those that's corrupt, leaving things fucked up in my inner sanctum. Pictures fragment, find the truth set, link through tangents. I see the sky is kaleidoscopic. The future's more digital lies told to you through fiber optics. The forms change, the devil stays the same. Your doubts only remain cause he hides his name. My every action echoes through the universe, and we don't even understand our place on earth. Every step's astral, global and local.
resonate forever in a best take vocal. London, England, home of DC and envy, hope and glory, governmental fuckery, hypocrisy, it's dignity that we quest for. Cloud steppers, cosmos, conquistadors, to brutal fists cloaked in velvet gloves, we find space above your brainwashed material love. Your brainwashed material love. Rings and things got the world blood sports. I'm investing in jewels of four. No worship of false idol heathen charms. I'm battling consumers. That man states a tumor. Charge crusaders, that's it with harsh humor. Rally the troops and then we embark. Like cloak and dagger, combine dark and light in one heart. Some cry for peace, a candlelit vigils, while demons cancel frequencies at mobile signals. Religion and economy form enemies. A people who's equally fucked up unbearably. I master technology like kids master adult sickness to show that they're grown up. Some people think you've blown up once your name's known. I want what I create to be something that I own. Microphones gather up my form's breath. Like corporate scum, gather up what's fresh and process, then digest and shit out. It's all more cold hearts for me to rip out. Cycles run, they're never done. I synchronize flows with the moon and the sun. So as day follows night, wrong follows right, to ensure the temptation of evil's inside. At all times, I put thought in all rhymes, but still all the bastards wanna hear is sex and crime. That's all they wanna hear. Good and evil, love and hate, time and space. Where do you stand? Yo, mass confusion. What's the solution?
They was into what I was doing, and I had the space to be creative, because I'm not gonna fucking have anyone telling me how I can be creative, how I can do what I do.
I want my hip hop to be street, underground, so it's gonna reach people like myself. I don't want it to be reaching all these bougie kind of people. I want it to be reaching proper ghetto youths. I mean, I want it to be going around the estates and so on, have little ghetto youths singing my tunes. I don't want no fucking suit and tie man in his Porsche playing my shit like I'm Puff Daddy on that, and I don't want that.
If you're into the music, you should just keep on doing it. Yeah. And if you enjoy doing it, then do it. And if you don't, don't. Do you know what I mean? And if it blows up, well, that's all well and good, but you got to be prepared to, do you know what I mean, put a tune out and it's a sell fuck all and make no money and lose money, just the same way you got to be prepared that it could blow up and you could be a superstar. Do you know what I mean? Reality is it might not happen, but if it does and we can all make money off it, well, that's all good.
Not a lot of artists really appreciate what it's like to be on a major label. They all talk about how terrible major labels are because no one will sign them, this, that and the other, but they don't actually know what the realities are of a major label and how it works. It's a very intricate being, a major record label, and it's a being that has parts of its body continually trying to wank other parts of its body.
Shots all you got at this life. Caused no strife, but now you're under the knife. You could and should have gone a different way before you lost the whole plot. Blinded by the flash of one shot. One shot's all you got at this life. Caused no strife, but now you're under the knife. You could and should have gone a different way before you lost the whole plot. Blinded by the flash of one shot. One shot's all you got at this life. Caused no strife, but now you're under the knife. You could and should have gone a different way before you lost the whole plot. Blinded by the flash of one shot. One shot's all you got at this life. Cause no strife, but now you're under the knife. You could and should
make sure that that part is happy.
It's catching up.
And it's really not about people them not investing money in music. It's about them pinpointing fads and trying to exploit.
There's no way the UK hip-hop scene can be supported by UK fans if you've got a fan base and nothing for the fans to support. You know what I'm saying? If there's live gigs and certain things going on, they'll come.
Can you feel me on stage? Can you feel me? Fuck the stage. Yeah, I bet you feel me like a punch in the face. I bet you're still feeling me in a couple of days. You call yourself a rapper, I ain't convinced.
But even when it first started, like, you know, when it first came over here, it got everywhere, and people in like small towns everywhere knew about it. But it's a lot harder for the people in those towns to actually find their stuff until they're mobile and they can like travel around and say go to different towns and that.
Consciously, all that you will be aware of is beautiful music. However, subconsciously, your mind is aware and able to act upon each suggestion for change. Often you use the recording, the more effective it will become for you.
Rap's about children, music, people like races getting together, black and white, not being separate, joining together. It doesn't matter what nationality you are, they're all together.
Can you imagine how crazy that must have sounded? This would allow you to open yourself up so much.
Dramatic changes. Dramatic changes. Laser beam. Controlled focus is like a laser beam that we can use to break through anything that seems to be stopping us. Learn to harness the principle I now call concentration of power.
From the darkest hour of hip-hop gone sour, we tower over MCs in the
That's it! Thundering gherkins in a time when most rappers are dressed by Dorothy Perkins, we lurk. On looking your shoddy star, we're smirking, emitting loathing signals like a beacon. At your public speaking, the lyrical dexterity, Jerry Deacon MCs leaking secrets of poor ability, comically voiced words of choice. You're stubborn compared to my mother's pride, which is moist. To the point, deliver post haste to the sovereign cape of certain death if you can navigate. Watch out for falling cells, they lacerate. Splice bones to the marrow and foreskins and pieces of 8.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now the should sound like this.
You shouldn't start a fight that you can't win.
It takes much practice. Apparently you lack this. The game's insensible.
I think that raps are mostly for the young kids of today because we don't have anything really that we can call our own, and anything we do have is sort of like pushed to one side and called silly or immature. So rap is really just for us, it's a way we can express ourselves.
But everyone knows it exists, and everyone knows that, you know, the UK's got such a strong scene, like on the underground style. That sounds so naff, doesn't it?
Because it's so underground, there's this aggression within British hip-hop as well. Which alienates it even more so from radio.
I mean, everyone makes their decisions in life. If you want to do underground hip-hop, then don't expect to get played anyway.
people like the Mud Family Blade isn't very radio friendly.
Rapping shit, it only seems that way because of the amateurs.
You know what I mean? And a lot of the groups coming out now are more kind of like hardcore oriented as far as I can see.
DJs, it don't matter whether you're saying to you can get in your CD and your record, and basically they say, yeah man, yeah. They ain't necessarily going to play it because they ain't got the power to play it.
And I always used to say, man, if I get a radio show, not to say I'm just going to let anyone come there and do anything, but I'm certainly going to make sure that anyone around me or anyone who comes into contact with me who's got anything that's good, you know, I suppose it is my opinion, which is another argument, but anyone I feel who's got talent, that I'm going to, you know, embrace them and try and push them forward, you know what I mean, try and hook them up with different people so that you can see those people make a career out of it for as long as they want it.
We do need national radio support. You know, we do need distributors who know how to run the business and how to promote it.
You can sell anything. Look at the utter shit that is #1 these days in like the charts. Do you know what I mean? If you market something right, you can sell it.
No one really knows how to market British hip hop. I couldn't say how to market British hip hop. So it's just like, I think it's just time and seeing how we can only do it slowly. We can just put the good music out there, and if people like it, they're gonna get it. It's just trying to give it exposure. Don't try to gimmick it up. Don't try to do all funny things to it. Just let it be. Let it say what it's saying. Let people get into it.
Yeah. Check, yeah. Check it out for your mind, yo. Yo, check the life with the English sanity. I be a skinny man, but I'm not from a mud family. Deep like my roots when I maneuver across land. I'm from 19, long time I done talk with a black twang. If you got any qualms with this big executioner, faster than silver bullets, this nigga I'll be shooting you. I'm not a caveman, but life I fry you like fish. You see, cause I am a don, just like Ty and Shorty Blitz. I'm out to make hits and eclipsing you act pirates. Navigating flows with more skill than any nanotech pilots. My mind don't be skits, acting crazy, mad and odd. If you look close in my hands, you see the fingerprints of God.
Foundation flex, stretch out the pound. Used to want the queen's head, give me the crowd, it's in my bloodstream. Shit's too hard to define. Some get the vision, the rest toe the line. Sleepwalk, you flog that horse that's done dead. Pissing in the wind now, piss drips down their legs. His thing, plump, pleb, it's one in the same. One shit short now, flush that pea brain.
Check 1 2 1 2. Nice and easy, cool and brutal. Weed your gears. Huh. Check it out, forward to each and all progressive minds. Ooh. Take a slice of my roots, fine and fine. Intertwine. As my thoughts submerge. As my thoughts submerge, these are those words. On the south of the river is where I reside, making movements discreet cause I know I'm being spied. Beast eyes be all up on my back like spines, looking to come cut me down in my prime. Board gappers wanna hound me, search my hind crease, I see, get thee back. I'ma spread my own cheeks and show that I has no crack in my possession. You don't wanna do me for just one bag of weed, so pass me that caution and let me proceed to do what I does like only I knows. Right rhymes are just for my pocket foes. I be that spare chucking, mango munching, crunching on dumpling, beating on 5 kids with mad vocal junction. Don't care about your assumption, I cannot be pigeonholed. Rebel souls hold cool, Chris Copa stat. We don't come for powder, lotion or pad. Where my mind is at is where my soul is at, and if my soul's intact, then my mind's intact. Where my mind is at is where my soul is at, and if my soul's intact, then my mind's intact. As my thoughts submerge, these are those words. As my thoughts submerge, these are those words. I don't too deal with them fashion victims. I never drink pims, give me my tail straight. Nice my mind state, bringing flames to my throat as I float. I bust quotes from my inner mind's page. Roots 5 cascades rain down like typhoons. There be blessing in that boom, so I boom till I'm holy. The feeling is overside. Fat, roly-poly, now I bounce like pressers that burst from Brazils. My purpose of being freeing these next type of gears, cause I'm cooler. Heartfelt flex, be the freeze all. King size swinging, roots twist. twist I'm the geezer with tough spans of mine, light years in distant time. My strength will be the fact that I'm committed. Folks check me cheesy cause my styles is too wicked, that's the time. When I'm on they want for box my face, I'll get them boots juice but they don't like the taste. Where my mind is at is where my soul is at, and if my soul's intact then my mind's intact. Where my mind is at is where my soul is at, and if my mind's intact then my soul's intact.
As my thoughts submerge, these are those words. As my thoughts submerge, these are those words.
It's a proper obsession. You know what I mean, it ain't nothing rational. You know, I've got stuff. Well, I used to have stuff at home. I'm trying to get, you know, I've got stuff at home. Just it's part of living. You know what I mean, it's just like a man getting up and do exercise. I would get up and write a song, make a beat.
We all used to like smoke in the school toilets. That was like the smokers' corner, the school toilets, and that's where all the older boys in the years used to juggle lyrics. Back in the day, everyone wanted to be a rapper, and I was like one of the youngest. And I used to go in there and I could tear up, man.
The raw energy of hip-hop and the rhymes when the MCs were actually saying something, it just made me think, because I'd always been lyrical and writing songs. I thought, yeah, I want to do this, and the music just got me high, you know.
Rough beats, producing the bass.
My bomb. Come far since I started this, many still dismiss this. Tripping through the mic and it's volume 3. Also never kiss this, raise the clench fist. Never sounded janky cause I'm just being me was the grind. I find a positive mind, uplifting the truth, the proof in my rhyme. So absorb it, late at night through your headphones. Light switched off, you smoking your ozone. From my own success through a concrete structure. Advice at a price, you really can't trust your crew. Only a few lasted this long, I'll be number 3 with your mind on songs.
You missed me on the first, I returned undeterred. Absurd were my words on the second and the third. Still nobody learned, so the worms have turned. Ready the Chinese burn, it's revenge of the nerd.
The Bristol sound for hip-hop is just individual, it's its own thing. We can do what we want. That's why you'll get a lot of off-key stuff in, a lot of experimentation. It's just the scene, it's comfortable to do that here, because you won't get any people like copying American accents and shit, because it's such a tight-knit hip-hop community. We wouldn't let anyone get away with it. If someone opens a cypher up and it's happened, there's this geezer who's rhyming. It was so bad, and he like started he's battling us, and he was just he come on, he just goes, "Word is bond," and he started it, and that was how he started his freestyle. And he got fucking ripped.
We did an EP in '98, and there was a cut on there called MC Killer, and basically, since that track came out, I have a lot of people coming up to me now saying, you know, Ice Pick, you don't like those American sounding rappers that rap in Yankee accents, you don't like them. We go to jams now, we do jams. People that go up on stage now rapping in American accents, when they see us in the place, we physically see them getting scared, physically scared, because they know we're coming up, and they know that when I grab the mic, all I'm bigging up is UK.
If people still want to go on like they're from fucking Queensbridge or some shit, just coming out looking like Muppets and that, then let them. Time will tell, and that the years will show all, mate, you know what I mean? Everything revolves and that, so truth always comes out.
I don't have a problem with what accent you're rapping in. You can rap in a Chinese accent, whatever accent you want to rap in, that's cool. My thing is, when you're running lyrics that, me personally, I'm a listener as well as an artist. If you're running lyrics that I can't relate to, if you're going to talk about player, pimp, champagne living, moving in keys, pulling out 9 and blowing people's faces off and all the rest of that, and I know for a fact you're riding night bus and the most firepower you got might be a lighter in your pocket, yeah? You have to get, I'm going to expose you. I will expose you, because them kind of things there, I can't deal with that. I'm a listener and I want to hear things that I can relate to.
Talking about the science of social deprivation. From here to wherever in the cancer states a man are struggling. The poor lower working class. Blood, you go to sleep round here and have nightmares. Wake up and find the worst reality is right there. The difference is in my dreams I'm always running scared, but in reality on road I'm coming prepared. So now who's gonna wanna run up and become a goner? Everybody's gonna wanna get us, but they're on along us. I'm still out to get the same catch from last summer, but man can't see them again. It's like they've done a runner. I'm still in the same manner on the same number, and everybody knows where I'm at and what I'm under. I'm in the same slums, raising the funds in the city where the youth man are blazing the guns. Just look how this United Kingdom has come, moving the cancer the states where man will fight over crumbs. You got young single parent mums having the hardest time trying to survive for their daughters and their sons becoming out their youths, cause their youths are left out there, raised on the ways of these streets without care.
When I came on Wax, I wasn't spitting yank, get me. When I first got myself serious about this hip-hop rap thing, I made a dire decision, said, yeah, I'm coming out and being myself. Coming thing like, if they can do it, what the fuck's stopping me? You understand me? Because we're doing our version of it over here. When we was popping, they used to come over from the States and see us pop and break, and they were like, shit, you guys take it to a different level.
I remember going to see Ice-T in concert like 89 or something, 90 at the Brixton Academy, and like Hijack was supporting, and everyone was there to see Hijack, and Hijack just blew away Ice-T. You know what I mean? And that was just like so amazing. Like the support group blew away the main group, and they were so big then. Hijack, he had like American groups supporting them after that.
I was just jumping in at the deep end, basically. Just jumping in at the deep end. I was just making just mad noises, and the whole sound that developed, that everybody know as the Hijack sound, that's how it happened.
It's strange when you think about it, whether that was just immaturity, or
could they get it right?
Or couldn't get it right, or was it really true innovation? Was it really a true conscious decision to make a different British style? I don't think you could have an answer for that. If you asked them, they'd probably say it was a conscious decision.
The Hijack sound when it first came out, it was like there was nothing like it. When I was creating it, I was thinking to myself, I don't even know if people's going to take to it, but I love it, and that's all that mattered to me. You know, as my man said, it's like it was all about the battling thing. It's about being the best.
Harry, a code 44 Mac, Jammy, and death warrants for the syndicate. I've signed your death certificate. No questions, I just stun. Justice comes from the barrel of my gun. There be no jury, there be no judge. I am corrupt and I will erupt. Trained to aim and not to maim. If the price is right, then I'm trained to frame. I'm protected by the FBI, CIA, MI5, Freemasons, and federal agents. Supply me inside information. The syndicate got out today. You little punk, make my day.
Who you calling a punk? You get beat down for that. Wax, come on for the big buck. So what you got a death certificate? It's insignificant if I'm innocent. I'll fight firepower with firepower. And you know I wanna shower you hour by hour. The police state now in a stalemate. All because Hijack did a jailbreak, jawbreaker, the rhyme maker, with DJ Undercover Supreme and Ulysses Executioner. He's back. KSLY Comanche slide the vibrator. Full play lyrics, your rhymes are whack. Hijack comes with the climax. You gotta push those rhymes to enter it. The rhyme syndicate, a crime syndicate.
And to me, it was about being different. That was the key thing. Be different. Just do something that nobody else is doing. You know, coming out with hip hop that was like 120 BPMs. Nobody else knew about that. And that just launched the whole thing as far as I'm concerned.
It's just being proud in yourself and being able to be free and not feeling constrained by what the Americans are doing, how well the Americans are selling, people are liking your stuff or not. None of that should affect you when you get onto the mic, when you get onto your sampler, when you get onto your turntables. It shouldn't be affecting you. What should be affecting you is hip-hop.
When I was a kid at school, when they said, yeah, what do you want to be when you grow up? And people say, oh yeah, I want to be a journalist, blah, blah. I said, I want to be a DJ, and everyone used to laugh.
We don't want to represent in the shiny, in the diamond way. You know, we don't talk about we have big cars. That's not true, you know.
And that's not important.
We're broke. We are late paying our rent, you know. My clothes are stinking, and I got white skin which has deep dark rings under my eyes because I smoke too much.
Dark. You're about to enter a higher level dimension.
The boy you's gonna win us is Onyx, the future cynicist, I diminish kids. I know I'm good for you like Guinness is.
When we go on stage and open mics, you know, we just go together, we do it together. He does a 4-bar, I do a 4-bar. He knows my lyrics, I know his lyrics. So we can just do it together. 4 bars, 4 bars, 4 bars, 4 bars. And then like back each other up.
You wanna contest, DC click out, whatever. DC species, storming stages like bad weather. You never be so clever to last my demeanor. Me, my team never seen a dream, imagine into last disease arena. We get you off your ass like a doorbell. I foretell the future like Jojo Wells at 4 hell. You see me slicing through your sinew, and I record twice. And so it sounds like 2 twins do. I take your biscuits, see Mr. Me, you're sick of the guns, gun. And beat you wicked rhymes with my even wicked ones. The 4 Libra, I read Libra to keep my head Libra pied with the pipes just like Peter.
Because most hip hop is independent, so you've got no label telling you what the song's got to be. You're free to do what you like. There's no restraint. So every MC is individual. They got their own personality, which just comes across on their tune if they're free to do whatever they want on it.
From London Posse up to now, up to my own thing, up to the stuff I've been doing recently, you can hear the progression in it, and which is it just comes back to the same thing. Yeah, and man's just always been doing the same thing. And, you know, again, it's not like every lyric I write is about life on the street or the hustle or nah, man. You know, we write party tunes and we want to party and we want to do all of that, but we do it on a level of us, not pretending. I'm not doing it on the level of what I saw in someone else's video. But that ain't real to me. Although, you know, I aspire. I want to get jiggy like the next fella. I'm the fucking man, believe it. You know? What can I tell you? I'm hot shit.
Ben Green is on the beats. First up, I'm Brain Tax. People think I'm a group, but I've been solo since my partner flew the coop.
What am I trying to do with Brain Tax? Just put across points that I've got. Just do things musically that I haven't heard people do, or do things well musically. It's not like a big thing to me, Brain Tax. The thing to me is the label. And like I said, being an artist and having a label as well, it's twice as much work, 3 times as much work. So my main aim is to build up the label and bring people through on the label that I think are making good music. Funny how a drum pattern can sound a bit dodgy, but you put some nice music behind it, it can sound alright. Let's see what else we got. Pickwick. Work. There you have it, really, and it's time to decide whether you're going to keep it or pump it or dump it. So she's sorry about the mess she made. Love seems like an escapade. Now he's locked up in the heartache. I shouldn't really start, mate, I've too much to say. Touch a nerve cause we swerve in life the same way. She's sorry about the mess and things she used to say. He's sorry about the lies and games they used to play. I had a little stress and more or less okay. You gotta start a new day and yes, next is best. But she's too far away, wanna grip her to my chest. I try this now before I'm laid to rest. My friend had the same situation I had. Why's the first love the first time you feel so bad? Crying in your dream, waking up shell shocked. Crying in your heart in the memory pot. Let tragedy badger me and make me a slave. If you're a Virgo, I know how you feel these days. You're in a phase trying to say you're coming out of it. The tears are easy but you'd rather just shout a bit. I'm sneezing blood and I could do with a big space too. Just the earth and the sky stays true. Yelling at the world, whisper to yourself. Boy meets girl, now you're damaging your health. And all you really want is a role to play. You don't need it, we don't need it.
And truthful music as well. But Brain Tax really just an expression of me, innit?
When I first like hooked up again with Shylock and started doing tunes together, he was more on a rah-rah thing, scream down the place, get mad barky. But we kind of toned that down to what you hear now on Whack.
Straight from Londinium, with no skyscrapers or condominiums, max not minimum, surviving up on dominions.
That's the one thing about the Brotherhood that I think is different from other crews. We make lots of different types of tracks. We make jump up tracks, we make moody tracks, we make dark tracks, we make singing tracks, we make light tracks.
It's always different.
And we always adapt ourselves to the different types of tracks. We'll be back conscious on one track and then just totally stupid on another track. We'll say something on one track that may even totally contradict something on another track. But you have to listen to the context of the track itself, do you know what I mean? To see what's going on, because in the end, the big picture will make sense.
The new stuff I'm doing now is like more on point than like maybe some of the other stuff I've done. I mean, the stuff I did for Ninja Tunes never really meant to be an album. It was just like little sketches and little ideas, and they put it together into an album that came out like 3 years ago. And you know what it has done is helped me like set up the label. Well, I had the label already, but like put more money in the label and invest money into records that I feel, you know. And as far as I'm concerned, what we've got here is like Jazz Fudge and K-Borough is like we're, you know, one of the few labels at the forefront of what's happening in the British hip hop scene.
I'm after everybody. I am the terrorist, 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 terrorist. T-E-R-R-O-R is the terrorist, 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 terrorist. Rappers pull up your pants and run.
There's a lot of people throughout our career we hadn't, you know, we really didn't know them. We knew them by name, but didn't take the time to speak to them. But now, I'm speaking to these people, and they're, you know, everybody's open, everybody's safe, everybody's formed like a brotherhood. Everybody's going through the same stuff. It's just mutual respect. No one's saying like, oh yeah, I've got your back. It's just everybody's just aware of everybody else is doing, and giving support whenever it can be given. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of what shape, form, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And I think, yeah, there's much more of a network building up now.
You don't want none of this. I'm the one take them, just get this crisis. I'm the man just remember what is distress. Don't this, don't miss, don't take I gotta follow your useful. Bring up your chest when it's 25 goes to lose.
Stay calm, this is simply the beginning.
Pop in, I can't even say the country because it's not something I know, but in this city, it's a community. Everybody seems to know everybody, you know, and it's not exactly a small community, but it's not a huge one. But everybody knows everybody. There's a lot of networking that goes on.
At the moment, it seems like there's a bit of unity, but you know what I mean? We don't know exactly what's going on, like behind closed doors and whatever. If it's genuine unity, then I think it'll come to the surface.
There's mad people out there that's going to fuck up UK hip hop if we're not careful and that. And it could be the people we least expect, and that you just got to try and have a bit of intelligence and integrity, and you know, because it's a beautiful thing. Ultimately, the fact that people can come together, make music, put out records and everything like that. Hip hop's still like, it's fucking wicked, you know what I mean? And we've got to respect that. We've got to respect how fucking incredible hip hop is.
I live hip hop every day because it is all I listen to. I find myself walking to the beat of it, you know, of hip hop in my head.
Nah, I mean, MCD, skinny man from the mud valley. I'll take you back to Genesis, the evolution cycle or the Stone Age, the turn of this millennium for maximum colonnage on the front page of the paper. What will we see? They're choosing how they want their kids to look and anatomy and on their TV. They're turning all the visions 3D. I'm not remotely controlled, they won't colonialize me. Is this a theory for another mass conspiracy? Take a look at Hitler's works and see it's all reality. Blue eyes and blonde hair, really quite alarming. To raise a killer army through genetical farming in other countries. Quick to put their soldiers on drugs so they can fight for queen and country. They colonialize mugs, now subliminally. All I've seen them ever do for us is just colonialize the poor. Through bones and thugs who bust slugs in it bugs, it does. That's all because they might colonialize you, they won't colonialize us. They want to take away the workers and replace them with machines and make more computers start to act like human beings. They want a lockdown situation on the whole entire nation. Take an investigation how they cut the population.
The year 2000, a few days away, and still they haven't compensated the people they slayed. Enough man's been betrayed, some say it's the final days. Crime don't pay, computerized scripts get thrown away. Brothers clashing brothers on who could be more righteous. Living upright, agitated devils get uptight. They might just try to flood the world with their virus of hatred, bad thoughts, death, killing and violence. Man wanna control man and make clones. The system standing in the glass house, they throwing stones at the brain in the form of crack cocaine. The glass smashes and scars your skin, leaving some insane temporarily. Cause nothing ever stays the same. A psychological reconstruction commences in the brain. Your total essence is in control of all within, and these are balanced out from what's a blessing to a sin. Or the difference between a bad deed and a good one. The next millennium's approaching. No more guns, no more nuclear bomb threats, no brothers getting wet. Where man can live in peace with his woman, you know the flex. So I'm scared of the year 2000, they eat cows. And telling man lose weight now, ask me how. You saying that the world's gonna end, I say you gal. The mad cow wants freedom, you chained him down. What's the agenda? Profile, be a big spender, don't surrender. The system's cold like December. They pushing coking like the North Pole got snow. The earth's so polluted, not even plants don't wanna grow. Who's the winner? Who's the loser? Bomb diffuser, this system's a replica of Mad Medusa. Justice weighed out on unbalanced scales. The blackmail being blackmailed to fail. Silent Eclipse, MCD. Much love.
Yeah, Skinny Man, my family. Round 2, come we go again.
It's your residence on the luck. From the dark parks to the dark arts is Mongo and Skunga by Sparks. Mud Falls. The awakening. Itchy town, itchy town. Itchy town, itchy town. Yeah, I'm on the ride with him. My peeps on my side. On the ride in itchy town, I mean
I bring the raw. Hip-hop for sure, not that Louis burst a brookie and get suited up the draw. Smoke the most steadfast, says yes, yo. And if baby go back a lack, I guess it's time to get sexual. Do mad stuff to keep the pocket buff, but not for less though. Catch him wreck, yo, from the set-go. Imagine it, as I get on with the flow. Step aside, bro, give me room for the elbow. As the rhyme flow, you better act like you know the more than a name, I came to settle the score. You can't ignore the slow that man kicking down the borders and swim through piranha infested waters. You can never find me behind these till I Mac these, but try jack these raps and I blindly. I'm on a ride with my peace by my side, not behind me, residing on the north part itchy.
I'm on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The itch is where you find
I'm
me.
on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing in the north side. The itchy where you find
I'm on
me.
the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The itch is where you find me.
I'm on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing in the north part itchy where you
My
find me.
mommy always told me I'll blow up in dancehalls like glitter balls. I'll never bite a rapper style, I eat 'em up and shit 'em all. I go to far places where I'm slapping 'em, jacking 'em. Names a destination just like
shitting 'em and swatting 'em.
My zone 6, child run they travel card, we'll be backing 'em. No guns in my clip, but we will still be clapping 'em. It's not no A train uptown, it is an overline, no founder, underground London sound. Just getting down like roots maneuver. My distinguished spoken English helps my flow deliver smoother. What's the proof, huh? I never quit. You said I'd fade away with British hip hop, but you're chatting fucking shit. Get the fuck up off my back like a monkey on a crack. And a cat in itchy town, showing me how it slacks. Stand clear of the doors, please. Mind for the gap. When in reality, it's stand clear for the horse and mind the crack. Don't mind your back, it's all up in my face. I'm hooked up on the shoulder, and madism is the case.
I'm on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The itchy where you find me.
The ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The itchy.
I'm on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The itchy where you find
I'm
me.
on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The itchy.
Ready to blast to make the cash flow. Shit me tight like you sewed up your asshole. Even though you could have surpassed more, you didn't even show. So how you I got past go, bro? But when I did begin this line, you'll be at the starting point, I'm waiting at the finish line. Smoking finish time, I'm high on fat beats. My freaky speech will now reach into your mind. Of course my voice is coarse, I gotta get my point across. Do what? Join the dots. Blunts bust before my eyes, high rise estates. My advice, time waits for no man. To get them fouls can.
What, mate?
Make a million.
I'm on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The issues where you find
I'm on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The issue where you find
I'm
me.
on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The issues where you find
I'm on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The issue.
So now somebody want the lyrics that hits without no gimmicks. My styles are like the ocean, do you think you could outswim it? You taste this Gunga B, I'll take the style out in a minute. And if you could not take me out, then you should take your mic a minute. Call me wicked in it, just be merciless when I be versing this. Freestyle over the top of the dome with no rehearsing this. Who be cursing this? Then you can tell it to my face. Happily battle anybody when the skinny's on the case. Call me Chunky Branston, put all rappers in a pickle. 15 for an 8, so then I match for a nickel. A crusher goes blue bone and leave an Arnie crippled. Now listen to the sounds of a beef curtain rippled. Well now my things have shriveled. Pissing gonorrhea like a rhinoceros pizzle in the drizzle. Yes, I rap it in the rain. Bit of batter on my brain. Help me focus on the matter all the same.
I'm on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The itchy where you find me. The ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The itchy where you find me.
I'm on the ride with my peeps by my side, not behind me, residing on the north side. The itchy where you find me. The ride, my peeps beside me, not behind me, residing in the north side. The itchy. Yeah, itchy town, just to let you know how it's just going down. Itchy town, they're selling bones and selling brown. What? In itchy town, it's like a front line at the underground. Ha. In itchy town. Yeah, what, Lizzie, come here. What, we say? Yeah, just fish. Alright, eagle eye all over, you know. But I'm splitting anyway. I'm going mungo. What, you ready? Let's go.
On a serious thing, man, I think we should do a little beatbox to show our little skills, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, how am I gonna beat that? Oh my days! Oh my days!
Yo, I'm from the berry, but not the fruit. The 6'2" dark-skinned rap assassin with my hood on, killing crews. You choose, it's really up to you. Let me suggest, never in your little life should you test my crew. This is very true. If you wanna stay unharmed, the reckless life for you. I'll shake your leg, rock your arm. Lucky charms won't help them this time. You might just get away if you're nice with the rhymes. You see some guys, no hands, no arms, no eyes. Be glad it's them, not you, because them have all the signs of falling victim of the berry crew. Happens on the wire, someone oversteps the thin line before no time. Dealing with dirty swine because they're rapping without heart, profiling without. It's time to verbalize my thoughts, originalize my style. Criminally activated berry crew, we're running it wild. So close your doors and lock your windows. Infiltrators on the move. All the enemies out a row. We're back like hey, so what you gonna do?
Yeah! We got the berry. Taz, you know that sense. MSI,
67 Dynasty.
W2. You ain't no DJ, you ain't playing this. You can't smash, you can't fix. You ain't no DJ, you ain't playing this. In the 57 Dynasty, rap for Baba 6. You ain't no DJ, you ain't playing this. You can't scratch, you can't fix. You ain't no DJ, you ain't playing this. The 57 Dynasty, rap for Baba 6. I'll fist bash your art and pops, gonna slash y'all. Bitch slap me like you was sitting in the stand. Lyrical propaganda, crush your whole agenda, wait for my late battle. 57 Dynasty, honestly, we know how it is. Catalyst for all of this, big bag lyrics. Short sucking mics, power surge and lights. Except for intellect from the jaws and sacrifice. Show, hold the centerfold. He throw mics and still swallow verses old. Keep it on the hush, such nigga shush. You ain't playing this, I know that you puss.
I wrote this lyric when I was 10 years old. That was 3 years ago when you still came out of my flow. Well, you been out here bringing the ropes. How you got, baby, be bad.
It raps like crutches.
I'm bringing your style. Pull your bow, believe it, G. You don't wanna see me, but well.
cab manipulator, Africa to Asia, to high hellraiser, calcium grill with the chamber, even container, smell of danger, a shed light like a quasar, so check this, menage a trois, menage, 2 female mics, a free aura, with his E-body glory, yo done, I never shot guns and black sons, never got jacked once, cause I could tell the rear from the cat to front, I got tracks to bump, all about cash and blunts, I hate the skin so I got no time for knocking a stun, I'd rather make a beat, hit you with a 21st century technique, and then I take it to the street.
Now watch the spark we return to the metaphor minds to learn that intelligence rooted up every part, stop the relevance. Way like elephants rock, shock your tenements, beatbox, bringing out blocks through the box again. We gotta even take the four, paradox, the eyes for, play your chord, they ever north, they explore, wait for rage, lots of remember what is the point, I rock the joints, rock the ointment, the point, I dab and stab, next the gap, is anybody saying, I be mad, I get yank a brand, mass slang, back the X-Man, trust you one, they ain't the cactus I am, strong like steel, I sound mic to mic, the death of right, hope the beat tight.
Stay out my face, you come in with that big time spender shit. My Halifax current account is keeping me in credit. You get it, I'm making a point like my Tesco club card. To all them shiesty individuals, I'm paying my last regards. You see, I'm knocking on your door, handing you a suspect package. You played the tape in your tape deck, but did you manage to input data from the tape to your brain? Did you play that shit back, rewind and play it again?
Well, in the meantime, I might not rewind, don't rewind, so let's rewind. What was that? My memory's fine. Although the green is in my lungs out, gonna breathe mine. I'll take some more for the whole place, which I guess I'm plenty of it, and I'll take this and it's dry. And though I feel my mind still about to run, so I can make fuck this shit, build another one.
I'd like to give some shouts out right now. Some shouts out right now, saying Linda and Aaron J, big up yourselves. Gunshot, disorder, black twang and fallacy. Roots maneuver scheme, blade and mellow and hunt kill, berry fin and ice pick, brain tax. Max and Dave 279 and Westwood, and all other radio DJs promoting us. Big up the scratch perverts and the enforcers. 12 Stone, Bad Breed, Uncanny, Kane, Aspects, Double Impact, Simon Rose, Vadim, Lewis Parker, A-Side, Ty and Shorty Blitz, Dead Men, Phoebe 1, Nazarene and Nebula, MI5, Looney Boys, Montana, London Posse, John ZD, Dill Real Record Shop, and all other record shops who sell the Mark B&K Borough and Task Force and Mud Fam tunes. Five Life Cypher, all my Scotland Massive, all my Edinburgh Frogs, get your love on, I swear. Big up Criminal Damage Crew, big up Serve and the creators and Intents and all Mudlum's family, and all the people we forgot I'd like to say